Stage 1. Still drinking. You wake up and the first thing you feel is the night before. Your head pounds, your mouth is dry. Your stomach is doing something between hunger and nausea, and you wait to find out which one wins. You reach for water and drink it fast. You check your phone for texts you sent and scroll through them with one eye open, hoping you didn't say anything stupid. Sometimes you did. Sometimes you don't remember sending them at all. You shower and try to wash the night off. You look in the mirror and your eyes are puffy and red. You tell yourself last night was a one-time thing. It wasn't. You eat something greasy because your body demands it. You drink coffee and start to feel human by noon. At work, you power through the morning on autopilot. You check the clock and count the hours until you can go home and pour the first one. You tell yourself it's just to unwind. 1 glass, 2 at most. You mean it every time, and every time you don't stop at 2. Happy hour with coworkers turns into 4 rounds. A quiet night at home turns into a bottle of wine, and half a whiskey pour you don't measure. You drink alone more than you admit. You drink on the couch with the TV on and call it relaxing. You drink before events, so you're loose when you arrive. You drink after events because you're wired and need to come down. You drink when you're happy to celebrate. You drink when you're sad to cope. The reason changes, but the glass doesn't. You spend money on it every week. Bar tabs, bottles, delivery. You don't track it because tracking it would make it real. Your sleep is terrible. You pass out fast and wake up at 3 a.m. with your heart racing. You lie there sweating and promise yourself you'll take a break. Tomorrow, next week, after the weekend, after the trip. The calendar always has one more reason to wait. Someone mentions you drink a lot and you laugh it off. You name 3 people who drink more. You tell yourself you're fine. You go to work. You pay your bills. You show up. That's proof enough. At night, you pour the first one, and the tightness in your chest loosens, and the noise in your head goes quiet, and for 1 hour, everything feels manageable. That hour is the reason you keep coming back. You set the glass down and go to bed, and the cycle starts again in the morning. Stage 2. The last drink. You decide to stop. Something cracked. A blackout that scared you. A doctor's visit with numbers that shouldn't be that high. A morning where you couldn't remember how you got home. A look on someone's face that said more than their words. You sit with the decision for a few days before you act on it. You Google what happens when you stop drinking, and the results are split between encouraging and terrifying. You learn that withdrawal can be dangerous depending on how much and how long. You call your doctor, or you don't. You buy sparkling water, herbal tea, and snacks. You pour your last drink, and try to make it ceremonial. It's not. It tastes like every other one. You finish it, and rinse the glass and set it in the sink. You throw out the open bottles or you put them in a cabinet you plan not to open. You wipe down the counter where the bottles used to sit. The space looks empty. You don't know what to put there yet. You text a friend and tell them you're stopping. They say good for you. You don't know if they believe you. You don't know if you believe you. You brush your teeth and lie down and feel the quiet of a house with no buzz in it. Your brain is louder than usual. You set your alarm and close your eyes and try to imagine mornings without the wait. You can't picture it yet. Stage 3. The first week, you wake up and you feel everything. That is the problem. Alcohol was a dimmer switch and someone just turned the lights to full. Your anxiety is loud. Your hands shake. You sweat through your sheets the first 2 nights. Your heart races at random. You can't sleep more than 3 hours at a stretch. You eat poorly. Because nothing tastes right, and your stomach is adjusting to the absence of poison. You drink water constantly. You crave sugar like a child. Candy, ice cream, soda. Your body is looking for the glucose that alcohol used to deliver, and it will take it from anywhere. You are irritable in a way that surprises you. Small things set you off. A slow driver. A loud chewer. A question from a coworker that feels like an interrogation. You snap, and then you feel guilty, and then you want a drink to kill the guilt. That loop runs all day. You Google withdrawal timelines obsessively. You count the hours. You read forums where people describe day 3 and day 4 as the worst, and you hold on to that because it means there's a peak and the peak passes. At night, you lie in bed with your eyes open. Your legs are restless. Your thoughts won't stop. You think about every bad thing you ever did drunk, every fight, every lie, every morning you can't account for, every person you hurt while telling. Yourself, you were fun. The shame comes in waves and there is nothing to numb it. You white-knuckle through each day and mark it on a calendar or an app, and the number is small, but it is yours. Stage 4. Weeks 2 and 3. You wake up and the shaking is gone. The sweats are mostly gone. You still don't sleep well, but you sleep longer. You start dreaming again. Vivid dreams. Strange ones. Dreams about drinking where you wake up panicked and check the nightstand for a glass that isn't there. You eat more than usual. You crave sugar and carbs, and you let yourself have them because you're fighting one battle at a time. Your face looks different. The puffiness is going down. Your eyes are clearer. Someone at work says you look rested, and you don't tell them why. You still think about drinking every day. Not every hour, but every day. It shows up at predictable times. 5 o'clock. Friday night. A restaurant where everyone is ordering cocktails. A commercial with condensation dripping down. A cold glass. You order a sparkling water with lime and hold it like a prop. You sip it when everyone else sips theirs. No one notices. You learn to sit through a craving without acting on it. 3 to 5 minutes. That's how long they last. They told you that, and it's true. But inside those minutes, your entire body is arguing with your brain. You go to your first social event sober, and it feels like showing up to a costume party without a costume. You are exposed. You hear your own voice too clearly. You leave early, and that's fine. You start to notice how much of your life was organized around alcohol. Dinner plans, vacations, holidays, friendships. The drink was the center and everything else orbited it. Without it, some of those orbits feel wobbly. You wonder what will hold them together now. Stage 5, month 1. You wake up, and for the first time in years, your first thought is not about last night. It's just morning. Coffee tastes better. Food tastes different. You realize alcohol had been dulling your palate for so long you forgot what a tomato actually tastes like. Your energy comes back in patches. Some days, you feel sharp and clear. Some days, you crash by 2 in the afternoon and need a nap you can't take. Your body is recalibrating, and it doesn't run on your schedule. You start exercising because you have the energy for it. A walk at first, then a jog. Your lungs feel open. Your recovery time is faster. You sleep through the night for the first time, and you lie there in the dark afterward feeling something you can't name. Relief, maybe. You do the money math. A month without bar tabs, bottles, delivery, tips, late-night food runs that came with the drinking. The number is real. You write it down. You move it into savings, or you just notice your account looks different at the end of the month. You start reading or watching things at night instead of drinking. You remember what you read the next morning. You notice your moods are more stable. Still hard, but less jagged. You go to a party and someone offers you a drink and you say no thanks and it costs you something, but less than it cost 2 weeks ago. You call a friend and talk for an hour and realize you haven't done that sober in years. The conversation is quieter but more honest. You start to see who you are without the buffer. Some of it you like, some of it you don't. Both are yours to work with now. Stage 6, months 2 through 6. You stop counting days and start counting months. The cravings still come, but they're visitors now, not residents. They show up at weddings, at airports, on bad days, on good days when your brain says you deserve a reward. You let them arrive and you let them leave. Your body continues to heal. Your liver enzymes drop. Your blood pressure settles. Your doctor notices and you feel the weight of that approval more than you expected. Your skin looks better. Your weight stabilizes. You sleep deep and wake up clear. You remember every night in full detail. Every conversation, every drive home, every promise you made. That used to scare you. Now, it feels like proof you're present. You rebuild routines that don't revolve around alcohol. Friday night is a movie, a gym session, a long cook. You discover hobbies that don't pair with a drink. You have energy at 8 p.m. that you never had before. Dinner out means you scan the mocktail menu or order a tonic water without shame. You learn who your real friends are. Some people only knew you with a drink in your hand and they don't know what to do with you now. Some people get closer because you're more honest and more available. You lose a few and you gain a few and the math works out. You start to trust yourself again. You show up when you say you will. You remember what people tell you. You follow through on plans. The small things rebuild the big things. You have a terrible day and your brain offers the old solution, loud and clear. You sit in your car in a parking lot and breathe and call someone or just wait. The wave passes. You drive home and drink water and go to bed, and the next morning you're still free. That morning matters more than any of the easy ones. Stage 7, the first year. You wake up and alcohol is not part of your operating system anymore. It's a thing that happened to you, not a thing that runs you. Days pass without thinking about it. Then a week. You forget the taste of your old drink. You remember the ritual, but not the reward. Someone orders your old order at a bar and you feel nothing. Maybe a flicker. You let it go. Your annual checkup comes back clean. Numbers that used to worry your doctor are normal. You look at photos from a year ago and see a different face. Not just thinner or less puffy. Different eyes. Present eyes. Eyes that weren't hiding from the camera or squinting through a hangover. You calculate a year of savings and the number is staggering. Thousands of dollars that used to disappear into bottles and bar tabs and regret now sit in your account, or paid off a debt, or funded something that matters. You hit your 1 year mark and it's quiet. No party. No cake. Maybe a meeting where people clap or a text from someone who knows. You don't need the celebration. The proof is in your mornings. Every single one of them, remembered in full. You still carry the knowledge of what you were. You see someone at a bar who looks like you looked and you don't judge them. You know the grip. You know how warm that first sip feels and how cold the morning after is. You carry compassion and caution in equal measure. You know the door is always there. You just don't open it. Stage 8, after alcohol. You don't think about it. Not at dinner, not at parties, not on vacation, not when life falls apart. The craving is gone. Not managed. Gone. Your body stopped asking. Your brain rewired around new patterns and the old ones faded like a road you stopped driving. You live in a body that repaired what it could. Your liver recovered. Your gut healed. Your sleep is deep and real. You wake up every morning clear. You remember every night. You are present for all of it, the good and the terrible and the ordinary. You have more time than you thought possible. Evenings are longer. Weekends are full. Saturday mornings are yours. You wake up at 7 and the day is wide open and you didn't lose any of it to recovery or regret. You read, you cook, you build things. You show up for people in a way you couldn't when half your energy went to managing a habit and hiding its cost. You still remember what it was like. The 3 a.m. heart racing, the blackout texts, the mornings you couldn't account for, the lie that one more wouldn't hurt. You carry those memories like a scar you check sometimes to remind yourself what healed. You know that addiction is patient. It doesn't argue. It waits, and it waited, and you outlasted it. Not with one decision, with 1,000 mornings in a row where you chose water over whiskey and presents over escape. You wake up on a regular day and your nightstand has a glass of water and a book and nothing else. You get up, you breathe, you start your day. You are free in a way that only people who were trapped can understand. You built something no one can see and it holds.